What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded. Today is Monday, August 5th, 2024. And before we get going, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekend. Also, leave us a comment. I respond to those, each one of those folks. So if you leave me a comment, I will respond to that comment. Also, don't forget to share with your trading community, share with your friends, neighborhood, family, anybody that you want to share with and kind of spread the word. The good word of the 920 gospel, we would greatly appreciate it. Let's get to the chart. We haven't even started on the chart. So yesterday we had a close about, where did we close? 532 something, 532.78 or 530, way up here. But folks, unless you've been living under a rock all day today, you realize that crazy things happen in Japan. Like, their stock market crashed in the middle of the night. For us, it was their regular trading day, but they look at this. I mean, futures were down big time. I opened up my brokerage early in the morning, right in here. I think I woke up at, 4 o'clock Central Time, went to the gym and came back, and I was watching this thing right in here. This was after hours on Friday. So it was right in here, and it just started tanking, folks. So, I mean, we had this number one, a big gap. And then it just started going down, and it went lower and lower and lower and lower. Now, think back to this level right here. So this 519.70, if we back from last week, I was looking at this level. Again, this is the 4-hour chart that I'm looking at. This is a level right here, 519.70, that was here on the 31st of May. So we're talking about 4 months ago, folks. Over 4 months ago, this is the level. So you can see, again, this is the 4-hour. Look how it ran up, and then it just started cratering, and it just dropped, and it dropped, and it dropped, and it dropped. And it did that all pre-market. So the question is, what is it going to do going into the trading day? Are we going to come down? Are we going to come down to this to 502.80, which would have been an epic drop? I mean, I'm talking about, we had a $15 day last week. One day, I think it was Thursday on last week, until we recovered and went back to the upside. But this was epic. The pre-market was epic. It just, these candles are just big, folks. I mean, if you think about, I think it was, let me see. So 24.56 all the way down to 07. So we got a $17 pre-market. So I'm looking at this thing right out of the gate, folks, and I think, okay, what's volatility going to be like? Because we have to consider volatility. Number one, where kind of our sweet spot is around 18% volatility, 20% volatility. We opened up today, folks. And again, here's the open today. We opened up today at over 100% volatility. So typically, if you're talking about SPY, I trade SPX. So if you're talking about SPY, a typical $100, $150 contract was $500. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So you had this really, really super high risk. You had a tremendous amount of risk. Any kind of pullback against your position, coupled with the fact that you realized that volatility was going to go down during the day, it just necessarily had to happen. It's kind of a double whammy. So for that reason, I said, early in the morning, looking, between implied volatility and VIX, I was watching the VIX. The VIX got up to over 60, folks, and over 60 on VIX is unheard of. Actually, it's not unheard of. So it ran up to, I think, about 89, the crash of 2008, and it ran up to about 83 at the very beginning of COVID, I think at the very last week in March of 2020. But those were the highest. Those were the highest two peaks. So the VIX today was at its third highest level ever. And essentially, that's volatility. We like a decent amount of volatility. We don't like 100% volatility unless you're already in a play and something happens and it goes in your favor, and then you can do very, very well. But as far as just trading based on high volatility, number one, your contracts are just crazy, crazy, crazy expensive. I don't care if you're trading SPX or SPY or whatever you're trading. When you have high volatility like that, your contracts are going to be crazy. Any pullback or any lowering in volatility or implied volatility, so you have the VIX and then you have implied volatility, any pullback on both price action and volatility will absolutely destroy your position. Now, that's not to say that there weren't plays today, because folks, there were plays today. There were really, really nice setups. I mean, I double crossed to the upside through this level. This is the 10 o'clock candle. I want to talk about this 10 o'clock candle and what this meant for the rest of the day. So we had good support again, 10 o'clock this morning, good support at 5:15.25-ish, 21. Look at this candle, 10 o'clock. Okay, so it opened at 5:15.25. Look where it closed. Folks, that is a $5 candle. This one candle right here, if you're in this play, oh my goodness, you're thinking, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and take puts just because there's no way in the world. And again, we had a report that came out this morning. Obviously, the report came in a little bit better than expected. And the plunge protection team was in place, obviously, but it just ran up $4. And I'm talking to the group and I'm saying, folks, if you're taking a position on a $4 candle, that is probably the most unwise thing you could ever do in your trading career, is to take a position in options or futures or anything like that on a $4 candle. So it ran up and then it just kind of bounced around. And then we had these other, runs and, ran to the upside and it ran back to the downside. And then it kind of bounced around. And I say bounced around, but folks, if you look at it, logically, so we got 24 through, this is $15 from the bottom to the top. So these essentially look like this. If you catch a play, you do very, 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 very well on these plays. And I told myself early today that I wasn't going to play anything, only because I didn't like the volatility. I like high volatility, 18, 20, 25%. That's fine. I'll play that. When we're talking about volatility throughout the day that stays at 70 and 80%, no, I'm not really interested in playing that, only because the level of risk you have to be okay with it's too great for me. But again, there were plays today. There were absolutely setups today. I mean, you got this play back to the downside, and you just play the 9, folks. Look what the 9 did. Just play the 9. There you go. Run up, run down. Whoops. And I kind of lost everything here. Let's see what happened. Ooh, that's kind of crazy. Oh, switched over to SPX. There we go. All right, back to SPY. Back to 1 minute. But yeah, it just kind of ran around. Let me put that 20 back up here, folks. There you go. There's your 20. But yeah, really, really nice plays. Now look at this end of day play. If you're willing to play this thing late in the day, which again, I'm not. Now, I do want to look at this level in here on that 350 candle, because again, as you can see on the 350 candle, it was a nice and green candle. And I was telling the group about this early. Remember at 10 o'clock today, let's go ahead and put a line on this 10 o'clock candle, see where that support was. And again, you had massive volume on that candle. You had 1.045 million shares traded on this candle at 10 o'clock. Now, if we go all the way over to the 3 o'clock 350 candle, look at this. And we had one of the folks in the group that said, this is just crazy how it wouldn't push down. And he said something about market manipulation. Guys, this is not market manipulation. This is, okay, there's a lot of support. And again, this is left over. Yeah, we tested VWAP down here. But again, I go to this level at 10 o'clock this morning, and it said, okay, at this level earlier, it pushed up and it pushed up hard, and we had a lot of volume behind it. So trust your levels throughout the day, particularly when you're dealing with something like the market on close, which is the 350 candle. So you get the 350 candle, then you get the 355 candle. And again, then it just ran up at the end of the day. And again, these plays, if your edge presents itself, this is more like a gamble at the end of the day. But again, make sure your edge presents itself. But that's how she played out today. There was some really, really, really nice plays that if you're interested in spending a lot of money for contracts, which I'm not, I'm just not interested. I know what my normal position is: 3 SPX contracts early in the day through midday, and then late in the day I'll go as many as 10 deep, sometimes a little bit more if I can catch the perfect setup. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really interested in spending, $15,000, $18,000 for a play. That's a high level of risk. If it moves against you and then volatility goes down, I'm just not interested in spending that kind of a money on a single play. But that's how she played out today, folks. Overall, I would say just leave it alone. Just absolutely leave it alone. I'll probably leave these lines on my chart as major levels on the 4 hour. Every single one of these lines down here, folks, these are all 4-hour levels. I'll show you that again. Again, these are 4-hour levels. So a 4-hour level, 519.70, another 4-hour level right in here, I do believe. And then these levels down here, again, these are 4-hour levels moving down. Will the slide continue tomorrow? I have no earthly idea, folks. I have no earthly idea what's going to go on. We just play what's in front of us every day. If you play what's in front of you every day and play the probabilities of your particular edge, so your trading strategy, folks, that's literally all you can do. We've had 3 days in a row now where we've had implied volatility that was kind of through the roof. There were plenty of setups, don't get me wrong, but very expensive to play on high volatility days. But again, folks, that's how we did it today. That's how she played out. So if you enjoyed our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be one of the first to be notified when we drop that new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. Don't forget to leave us a comment and share it far and wide, folks. We would greatly appreciate that. Now, if you are interested in live daily trading, folks, this is where, so essentially, folks, if you want to learn how to trade, okay, if you are interested in somebody walking you through the process, left, right, I mean, one foot in front of the other, folks, come on over and check us out at 920 Trading. I'm sorry, at Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. It's our live trading Discord, folks. So come check us out. If you are interested in the 920 crossover strategy, folks, go to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the world to see. So you don't have to spend thousands of dollars, folks, on a strategy. It's there. It is right here, folks. So go check it out. Again, 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there for the entire world to see. The only thing that's required of you is a little bit of your precious time, folks. And again, your time is your most precious commodity. So again, folks, that's how she played out today. We appreciate everybody for watching our videos every day and for the comments and all the good stuff. And again, thank you for spending a little bit of time with us today. We appreciate you all. So we're going to do it again tomorrow. I don't know what volatility is going to look like. I have no earthly idea. But we're going to trade tomorrow, and we're going to do the video tomorrow. So I hope everybody has a great rest of the day, and we will see you in the markets.